Hello. Good evening. Tea and coffee is ready. Please have tea and coffee. உங்க பேப்பர் வச்சுட்டு போயிட்டு you can come and occupy the same seats. By 4:30 we are scheduled to start. அதனால please have your tea, coffee and be ready for the event. Thank you so much.
Hello. Cheek. Hello.
Hi, good evening. Hello. Good evening, everyone. Can I request everyone please make their way to the seats? எல்லாரும் கொஞ்சம் seat வந்தீங்கன்னா 4:30 ஷார்ப்பா ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடலாம். Requesting everyone to please make way to their seats. Please settle down. We'll start in a couple of minutes.
Hello.
அதை வந்து கரெக்டாக ரெடி பண்ணி வை. விளக்கேற்றும் போது விளக்கேற்றது மட்டும்தான். அப்புறமா வந்து அவங்க பாடுவாங்க. அப்போ அவங்களுக்கு நீ பாடணும். ஓகே, அதுக்கப்புறமா வந்து
Check. Hello. Check. Check. Check.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Check. Hello. 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 Check. Hello. 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 Check.
Hello. Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. It's truly a pleasure to welcome everyone to this very auspicious event, the release of Tamil translation of Sir's book Divinity in Nature, translated as Dheiveega Iyarkai. We wish everyone a very pleasant and delightful evening ahead. We'll start with a traditional lighting of Kuttuvelakku, followed by a prayer song by Srimati Sribala Ramakrishnan.
Sarnava Jataratnam.
Hello. Check.
Vaikuntharatnam Mama Bhagyaratnam Shri Ramaratnam Shirasa Namami Shri Ramaratnam Shirasa Namami Shirasa Namami Ramabhadra Ra Shri Ramachandra Ra 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 Ratamarasalocana Sita Sameda Ramabhadra Mudu Karadava Mohanangarara Mudu Karadava Mohanangarara Dambuche Kilavada नीरजाक्षरा रामभद्र श्री रामचंद्र तामरसलोचन सीता समेत रामभद्र समगानलोलना चक्कनय्यरा समगानलोलना चक्कनय्यरा रामदासुने लीन भद्राचलेशरा रामदासुने लीन भद्राचलेशरा रामभद्र श्री रामचंद्र तामरसलोचन सीता समेत रामभद्र
Thank you so much, Balanti. We are truly honored to have with us today many esteemed dignitaries who have graced this event. First and foremost, we extend a very warm welcome and our gratitude to Dr. Sriram sir, who has all blessed us here with his presence today, along with Yashoda ma'am. A warm welcome, sir. We also welcome Shri Suresh Krishna, Shri Bhupati Raja, who have been truly instrumental in this work coming to fruition. And a very special guest, Shri Kalepuli Danu. Welcome, sir. And of course, we wouldn't be here without our host for the evening and the very talented translator whose dedication and single-minded focus has made this possible. A very warm welcome to all of you, our friends and family, who have taken the time to be here to spend this evening with us. And it's truly heartening to see all of you be here and to share this experience with us. Thank you again and welcome one and all. Can I please request the dignitaries to take the stage? Sir. Okay. Suresh Krishna sir, Bhupati Raja sir. Thank a small honor from the TTD temple.
ॐ श्रियः कान्ताय कल्याणनिधये निधयेद्धिनां श्रीवेङ्कटनिवासाय श्रीनिवासाय मङ्गलम् कल्याणाद्भुतगात्राय कामितार्थप्रदायिने श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथाय श्रीनिवासाय मङ्गलम् ॐ यो वेत्ता ब्रह्मणो वेदा अमृतेनावृतां पुरीम् तस्मै ब्रह्मज ब्रह्माजा आयकीर्तिं प्रजां ददुः भागदैवैनं प्रणीतो ब्राह्मणो वै सर्वा देवता वेदविभ्यो दिवेभ्यो नमस्कुर्वाणाय आशीर्वचन अपेक्षमाणाय भवन्तो ब्रुवन्तु ॐ वृषशैलाधिपये वदैवतन्नः वृषभाद्रीश्वरये वदैवतन्नः वनिशैलाधिपये वदैवतन्नः भगवान् वेङ्कटये वदैवतन्नः Sri Srinivasa Paradaivadannaha Sri Srinivasa Paramadhanannaha Sri Srinivasa Kuladaivadannaha Sri Srinivasa Paramagatirnaha Vakrabje Bhagyalakshmi Karatalakamale Sarvada Donalakshmi Dordhande Veeralakshmi Nikila Gunaganadambhare Kirtilakshmi Sarvange Saumya Lakshmi Mayatu Vijayatam Sarva Samrajya Lakshmi Sriyarvakshasyamayishyamaro Yamavidhat Sobhamanam Mahiyate Danyam Dhanam Pasum Bhavutralabham Syatasambascharam Dirghamayuhu Shatamanam Bhavati Shatayah Parashasyatendriya Ayushevendriye Pradidishtade. Shatanjeeva Shatamaishwaryam Bhavati Shatamanandam Bhavati Shatamidi Dirghamayuhu Padmavati Sameta Venkateswara Swami Pacharanaravindha Anugrahadaksha Palasiddhirastu.
Thank you and welcome again, one and all. Today we celebrate the power of translation as we witness divinity in nature being reborn in our very own beautiful Tamil language. For many of us, reading in our mother tongue is like coming home, a comforting and an enriching experience. This translation brings the essence of Sir's words to the Tamil audience in a language we deeply cherish. We hope this is one of many such works to showcase Sir's beautiful words and teachings to the Tamil population. Now, to kickstart the evening's events, I request the person who has been key to our introduction to Sriram Sir to please join us on stage to speak about Dheiveega Iyarkai. Sri Bhupati Raja, for many of you, needs no introduction. He is an ardent follower of Sriram Sir for more than 2 decades and has been instrumental in letting the Tamil world know about Sir through his YouTube videos anchored by film actor Sri Rajesh. To go on, he is a popular story and scriptwriter who has given several hit movies in Tamil and Telugu. He is the son of very famous story and scriptwriter Sri Balamurugan, who has given several hit movies in Tamil and was respected by the legendary Sri Shivaji Ganeshan amongst many other doyens in the film industry. He has about 60 movies in Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Hindi, Bengali to his credit. He has won several awards, including the most prestigious Kalasagar Award of the Telugu film industry. He is currently concentrating on a mega project on Ramayana, a very new dimension. We can't wait for it, sir. Welcome. Thank you very much, sir, and requesting you to please speak a few words.
Hello. வந்திருக்கும் அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். என்ன பேசுவது, எப்படி பேசுவது என்று தயக்கம் சார் முன்னாடி. So we are so blessed and honored to be Sriram sir presence here in the stage. Honored sir. தமிழ்ல சொல்றதா இருந்தா வாராது வந்த மாமணி இப்போது நம்முன் வந்திருக்கிறார். என்னோ அற்புதங்கள், என்னோ அதிசயங்கள்
எத்தனையோ செய்தவர் மிகவும் எளிமையாக தனக்கு எதுவும் சம்பந்தம் இல்லை என்பது போல் இங்கு உட்கார்ந்து கொண்டிருக்கிறார். நம்பன் நமக்கு கிடைத்த பாக்கியம், எனக்கு ஒரு பாக்கியம் கிடைத்தது ஐயாவை பற்றி யூடியூபில் பேசுவதற்கு. I got a great chance and privilege to talk about sir in YouTube. So I'm so honored about it. இப்பொழுது ஐயா எழுதிய புத்தகம் டிவினிட்டி இன் நேச்சர், அது தமிழ்ல இப்போ தெய்வீக இயற்கை என்று பிரசாத் பாபு அவர்கள் அந்த புக்கை எழுதியிருக்காரு. அதனுடைய வெளியீட்டு விழா, அதனுடைய நிகழ்ச்சியில தான் நாம் இப்பெல்லாம் கூடியிருக்கோம். இப்போ சாரை பத்தி சொல்றதுக்கு முன்னாடி இங்க வந்திருக்கக்கூடிய திரு சுரேஷ் கிருஷ்ணா சார், திரு கலைப்புலி தானு சார் அவர்களுக்கு என்னுடைய மிகப்பெரிய வணக்கம். இந்த சபையில சுரேஷ் கிருஷ்ணா சார் இவங்கெல்லாம் இருக்கிறதுக்கு மிகப்பெரிய காரணம் இருக்கும். உங்களுக்கெல்லாம் சுரேஷ் கிருஷ்ணா சாரை ஒரு திரைப்பட இயக்குனர், வெற்றிப்பட இயக்குனர், பாட்ஷா, மிகப்பெரிய படங்கள், அண்ணாமலை, அது மட்டும்தான் தெரியும். ஆனால் அதற்கு பின்னாடி அவருடைய அந்த தெய்வீக ஐயாவை பற்றி அவருடைய சிந்தனைகள், அவனிப்பது ஆசான் என்பதா, குரு என்பதா, என்ன சொல்வது என்றே தெரியவில்லை. எத்தனையோ அதிசயங்கள், எத்தனையோ அற்புதங்கள். இப்ப தெய்வீக இயற்கை, அந்த தெய்வீகமும் இயற்கையும் ஒன்றாக நம்முன் அமர்ந்திருக்கிறது. வெறும் புத்தகம் அல்ல, மனித உருவில் அமர்ந்திருக்கிறது. இயற்கையை நிறுத்தக்கூடிய சக்தி படைத்தவர் உருவில் அமர்ந்திருக்கிறது. இயற்கையை நிறுத்தக்கூடிய சக்தி படைத்தவர், இயற்கையை ஒரே நேரத்தில் இங்கிருந்து கொண்டு அடக்கக்கூடிய ஆற்றல் உள்ளவர், ஒரே நேரத்தில் இங்கிருந்து கொண்டு அடக்கக்கூடிய ஆற்றல் உள்ளவர். எப்பேற்பட்ட சக்தி! இயற்கையும் அந்த தெய்வீகமும் ஒன். இப்பொழுது எத்தனையோ பேர் இங்கு வந்திருக்கிறீர்கள், வார்த்தை பேசணும் எல்லாரும் ரிக்வெஸ்ட் பண்றீங்க. சோ நான் எல்லாரும் இந்த ஒரு சந்தர்ப்பத்தை ஒரு இதா எடுத்துக்கிறேன் பண்றீங்க. சோ நான் எல்லாரும் இந்த ஒரு சந்தர்ப்பத்தை ஒரு இதா எடுத்துக்கிறேன். ஐயா கிட்ட யாரும் பேச வேண்டாம், ஒன்னும் சொல்ல வேண்டாம். மனதில் நீங்க நினைச்சு ஐயா கிட்ட யாரும் பேச வேண்டாம், ஒன்னும் சொல்ல வேண்டாம். மனதில் நீங்க நினைச்சா போதுமா அவருக்கு அங்க புரியும். முடிஞ்ச வரைக்கும் நாம அதை செய்யணும். அவர் ஐயா எப்பவுமே சொல்லுவார், முடிஞ்ச வரைக்கும் நாம அதை செய்யணும். அவர் ஐயா எப்பவுமே சொல்லுவார், நான் I'm absent in my presence and presence in my absence சொல்லுவார். அதுபோல் எந்த ஒரு நேரத்திலும் ஒரு எப்படி எனக்கு ஒரு ஆச்சரியம் இருந்தது, எப்படி இந்த புஸ்தகம் வெளிவருகிறது, இந்த புஸ்தகம் வெளிவருகிறது. ஒழுக்கம் அண்ட் அவருடைய தான குணங்கள் எல்லாமே சேர்த்துதான் பிரசாத் பாபுவை இந்த புக்கை எழுத வச்சது. அப்படி ஒரு புக்கு. இந்த புக்கை வாங்குறது மட்டும் இல்லை, இந்த புக்கை வாங்கி படிச்சுட்டு நாம அதன் வழியில நடந்தோம்னா அந்த எழுத்துக்கு ஒரு மதிப்பு வரும். நம் ஆசானா நினைக்கக்கூடிய அந்த ஸ்ரீராம் ஐயாவை நாம் சென்று சேருவோம். ஸோ இப்படிப்பட்ட ஒரு மிகப்பெரிய சந்தர்ப்பமும் ஒரு வாய்ப்பும் எனக்கு கிடைத்ததற்காக எல்லாருக்கும் நன்றி சொல்லிக்கிறேன். அண்ட் ஐ சே மை pranams to the lotus feet of Sriram sir. Sir, very happy and honored to be for your presence, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for those wonderful words. And Ninga introduce Panamari, I don't know if I will do justice introducing the rest of our guests, but we'd like to hand over a small token of our affection and appreciation, sir. Thank you, sir. Now we welcome another very special guest for the evening, Sri Suresh Krishna. Beginning his career as an associate to legendary filmmaker Sri K. Balachandar, having worked in the film industry with stalwarts like Sri L.V. Prasad, Sri Dasari Krishna Rao, Sri Suresh Krishna is an extremely popular film director who has directed over 51 films in Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Kannada and Hindi. Some of his significant hits, I know Bhupati Raja sir already sonnaru, Satya, Annamalai, Basha, Alavanda, Naha, Baba, Sangamam, amongst many, many others. He's won so many state awards for screenplay and direction and is also the recipient for Tamil Nadu's highest government award for arts, the Kalaimamani Award. He's producing the TV series in Tamil, Telugu and Malayalam now and also a web series. At present, a Tamil film titled Charu Kesi is getting ready for a 2025 release and we can't wait for it, sir. He's been a follower of Sriram sir for more than 2 decades and has also authored a book, My Evergreen Memories with Sriram sir. His second book on sir is also nearing completion. Requesting you, sir, to please say a few words.
Good evening. This evening is beautiful because of Sri Ram sir. Thank you, sir. Happy to stand here before you and this opportunity to talk. Thank you, Danu sir. Thank you, Bhuputi. Thank you, Prasad. And thank you, my friends from Hyderabad too. ఎక్స్పెక్టే చేయలేదు ఇంతమంది వస్తారు ఇక్కడ అని. నేను తమిళ్లో మాట్లాడాలా, తెలుగులో మాట్లాడాలా, ఇంగ్లీష్లో మాట్లాడాలా? హౌ మెనీ హైదరాబాద్? అమ్మో సార్, தமிழ் 50-50. தமிழில் பேசினா தெலுங்குக்காரனுக்கு புரியாது. இப்போ ஸ்பீக் இன் தெலுங்கு தமிழ். சார் இப்படி என்னெல்லாம் மிரக்கல் பண்ணார், என்னெல்லாம் அவர் சொல்கிறார். பேங்காக் ஷூட்டிங் பண்ணால் வருவார், மியூனிக் ஜெர்மனி ஷூட்டிங் பண்ணால் வந்தார், ஃபுல் யூகே ஷூட்டிங் பண்ணும்போது வருவார். ஜிவிஜி ராஜுங்கிற நண்பர் ப்ரொடியூசர் இங்கே இருக்கார். அவர் தான் என்னை ஃபஸ்ட் டைம் அவர் இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் பண்ணி விட்டார். அவரோட படத்தில் தான் அன்னிலேருந்து மீட்டிங் பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சது. தொடர்ந்து மீட்டிங் கண்டினியூஸாக. என்னவோ தெரியல, அவரை பார்க்கும்போதுலாம் ஒரு சந்தோஷம், ஒரு ஹாப்பினஸ், அதுக்கு வார்த்தை கிடையாது. அவர் எப்போதுமே நான் எப்போ சார் நான் ஹைதராபாத்தில் இருக்கேன்னு சொன்னால் உடனே வந்து பார்ப்பார். சார் இந்த ஹோட்டலில் இருக்கேன், ஐ வில் கம், வந்து பார்ப்பார், பேசுவார். அண்ட் அவரோட ஃபிலாசபி தான் பேசுவார். எல்லாத்தையும் கேட்டுப்பார், அந்த ஃபிலாசபி பேசிகிட்டே இருப்பார். அந்த ஃபிலாசபி 2016லேருந்து வாட்ஸ்அப் ஹி ஸ்டார்டட். அந்த 2016லேருந்து 2025 வரைக்கும் நான் என்னெல்லாம் எனக்கு நடக்கிற ப்ராப்ளமோ அவருக்கு மெசேஜ் போட்டுட்டே இருப்பேன். அவர் உடனே பதில் போடுவார். All his answers were same. I would have about 100 messages if I take from that WhatsApp. All the 106 messages will be almost similar to the one point which he keeps telling. He wants you to, get it into your head. There are no solutions. It is understanding the truth, how nature functions, how the divine functions. This was his constant thing. Sir, na picture aadaledu sir, but dubbi boledu sir, in the problem sir, varla sir, cinema flop sir, kaasu varla sir, ellathiyum avaroda polaminde irpen. இவர் இந்த ஹீரோ இப்படி படித்தினார் சார், இந்த ஹீரோ எல்லாம் இருக்கிற எல்லா ப்ராப்ளம்ஸும் என்னோட ஸ்டைல் ஆஃப் சினிமா ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் எல்லாம் சொல்லிட்டு இருப்பேன். டோன்ட் வரி, எவ்ரிதிங் வில் பி ஃபைன். There is always the sunset, there will always be a sunrise. Only these alanti messages continuously used to send. And I have from 2016, I kept on sending. Last year, in the month of May 31st, something happened in me. I went through one of the most difficult phase, most ultimate phase where all you can do is surrender. So like Draupadi, I just stretched both my hands before my Lord Krishna's statue at my home and he said, I surrender. I don't know what to do. I told him, sir, I'll chase a son. Very good, he said. After that, from June 1st to today, what Suresh Krishna has gone through, how he reacted then, and now Suresh Krishna is reacting now, is my personal awakening. Ante. Unimaginable. ఇదన్నీ కలిపి ఒక బుక్గా ట్రూత్ స్క్రీన్ షాట్స్ ఫ్రమ్ ది సర్స్ మెసేజెస్, స్క్రీన్ షాట్స్ ఫ్రమ్ ఆల్ ద వర్డింగ్స్ అండ్ వాట్ ఈస్ హ్యాపెనింగ్ అని రాసి ఒక ఫుల్ బుక్ రెడీ చేశాను. ఇట్ విల్ బి అమేజింగ్. ఇట్స్ మై పర్సనల్ ట్రావెల్, మై ఓన్ పర్సనల్ అప్స్ అండ్ డౌన్స్. యూ విల్ రిలేట్ ఇట్. ఎవ్రీబడి, నాకు సినిమా, నాకు whatever my problems is, you will face it in your life in different way, that's all. But problems are there, disaster situations are there, crisis are there, relationships, people talking against you, for you, whatever. Everything will come to one answer in that. Na problems ki, a solution ki, what happened on June 1st, 2024, is what that book is about. And when this travel was going on, in the month of December, Mr. Prasad came and met me. Sir, I have done this translation. I want this book to be done. What to tell him? Should I tell all that I'm going through and tell this? Or divinity nature gurinchi, if you read it now, you will read it as a book. Because it is so beautiful, it will be. The way he has put everything, sir's writing is so beautiful. A surface level, we will read it. A depth, practice, will you be able to incorporate in your day-to-day life? I asked him. But it was a different phase. He was writing, he was had ardent bhakti in of sir. Sir, I want to do it, sir. Sir, do it. We'll meet and talk later. Because very difficult, because I understood where he is now, what kind of thinking is exactly what I was a few months ago, a few years ago. Same confusion. On whatever problems, I was only facing problems. I was not relating and understanding why the problem is happening. That is what sir kept on telling. First, understand the problem. First, God is truth. Pakka truth. There is no, manaki doubt raakudu. Why is God like this? Anta beautiful God. He gave what all he gave you? He gave you everything. From your childhood, from the time in your mother's womb, how much of beauty. The mother doesn't know anything. Look at the eyes, look at all the fingers and everything that comes on the child. And when child comes out, child knows how to drink a milk. It knows how to crawl. It knows how to walk. Everything he gave. God gave you everything you asked for. Look at the full moon. Look at the Amavasya. Look at the way the whole nature works. It's perfect science. You go to a sea that's full of coconut tree because there is sea is all salt water. He gives you coconut tree with nice sweetened water. So everywhere, in anything you see, everywhere, he has always been giving you. Always been giving you. We accept it as normal. When you sleep and get up and you look at yourself in the mirror, it is written in nature of nature. Do you know how the breathing happens? You don't know. The heart beats. Your lungs functioning, kidneys functioning. Your blood is going from top to below. You say it is gravity, but from back it comes back. How does it come back? It's happening. Your whole body, your whole system, everything in your system, your human, it's absolute wonder. Inta wonderful God. He has given you so much, everything. Why can't you accept a problem? Why do you say, God, why did you give me this problem? I have done this dhanam, dharmam. I have gone to this temple. I have done that. But why problem to me? Then he said, that is duality. Understand duality. There is birth, there is also death. Night, day. Anybody who's born has to die. Or else everybody alive, continuously, it cannot happen. So this duality, unless you understand nature, creation law, it has to happen, this will happen, and you understand the truth, then you will never ask, why are you giving me this problem? He keeps giving you problems because there's a reason for it. You'll also make you sure that you make you stronger and come out of this. I will tell you a story 5 years ago. Sir ki ikkada oka infection vachindi. That infection was so bad, no painkillers, no treatment, full pain. It is like highest headache, splitting. I was at that time taking a photo session with him for my God's pin number. Then I said, what's a continuous pain, Suresh? There's injuries happen. So you have to have bhakti. Blind bhakti undakodadu. There should be real jnanam in it, through wisdom in it. So this bhakti and jnanam, when it only just merges, then you realize the whole truth about Sir's teachings. Sir says, I wrote a book, Spiritual Master. don't put those words for me. I'm not, and those words doesn't suit. I'm just, all that I know, I'm sharing. All that you should do is incorporate it in your life. Put it into your life day to day. That all those things finally నాకు హిట్ అయింది June 1st. అప్పటి నుంచి ఆల్ హిస్ 2016 నుంచి వర్డ్స్ బిఫోర్ దాట్ మై ఎవర్ గ్రీన్ మెమరీస్లో రాసిన మ్యాటర్స్ అన్నీ, హౌ మెనీ మిరకల్స్ హీ షోడ్ మీ. అరే రైట్ బిఫోర్ మీ he showed me. I still remember that day when first time he came with a old camera, with an old film we used to load in that. He said, Suresh, I don't know how to load this. Load it. Hot shot camera. పెట్టి 36 ఉంది ఇదిలో. ఓకే, ఐల్ టేక్ యువర్ ఫొటోస్. సార్ మీరే చేస్తాను, నేను కూడా తీస్తాను. ఐ ఆల్సో టుక్ ఫొటోస్. అగైన్ ఈ టుక్ 36 photos. Finished it. Then he said, you want to make a print out of it or I will make up? Sir, I will take it, sir. I took it, went to the Konica lab. Immediately, up to 3 hours it takes to get a fast printout. Printout Tuesday, he told me, all my photos you should give me. I said, definitely, sir. In those photos where I have taken his photos, he was not there. Only nature was there. Now, this is, he's God. Sashtangam, Namaskaram Chesi. Sir, I said, what is he trying to say? Because he wanted me to believe what he is saying. Believe. I am doing you this miracle to show that it is possible because many reasons. But you have to understand this truth. నేను చెప్పిందని ఊరికే వినదు, డూ సంథింగ్ అబౌట్ ఇట్. అట్ దాట్ టైం ఇంత పెద్ద మిరకల్ చేసి కూడా ఎక్కలేదు. ఐ వెంట్ ఆన్, ఓకే వెరీ గుడ్, మెట్ సార్, gave Vibhuti, took it, fantastic. After I come back to Chennai, I forget it. Go back to my usual routine. I mean, one phone call was enough to immediately call my astrologer, immediately go for some puja, some homam. So this is all going on. But idanni oddu akkarledu, idanni aapali ani I never knew. Why, sir, inta miracle chesi, not this one, many miracles he has done for others, for me, and still it was not hitting me. A hit has to come, sir. Why I'm saying is this, it took me 22 years to understand it. Please, let us not delay further. All that is, luckily, Tamil translate chesaru ipudu. A divinity nature chaduvite, you will see what beautiful way he has put across divinity. Everything in nature is so divine. Idanni chadivi, if we can put it in our life, day-to-day life, I'm telling you, కష్టంగా ఉంటుంది. ఇట్ ఇస్ డిఫికల్ట్, బట్ గివ్ అ ట్రై. మన ఎంఎస్ ధోని చెప్తారు, ఒక எல்லாத்தையும் ஸ்மால் கோல்ஸ் அடிச்சுங்க. ஒரு ஃபஸ்ட்டு 5 ஓவர்ஸ்க்கு ஒரு மேட்ச் அப்புறம் 10 ஓவர்ஸ் அப்படின்னு அந்த ப்ராக்டிஸ் மாதிரி இந்த நெக்ஸ்ட்டு 5 நாள் சார் சொன்னதை நம்ம ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணலாம், ஒரு 10 நாள் ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணலாம். பிலீவ் மீ, அவர் சொன்னதை நீங்கள் ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சிங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு தெரியாமலே நேச்சரே உங்களுக்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்ணும். அது எப்படி, அதுக்கு நான் வேர்ட்ஸ் சொல்லலை, உங்களுக்கு நீங்கள் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் பண்ணணும். அது எப்படி 5 டேஸில் இவ்வளோ ப்ராப்ளம், எனக்கு அங்கே இஎம்ஐ கட்டணும், இங்கே இந்த ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்குது, அங்கே அவன் டென்ஷன் கொடுக்குறான், நாளைக்கு வீட்டுக்கு வந்து நிற்பான், இவ்வளோ. எனக்கும் சாரோட ஆளை வந்தான் என் படம் அவர் ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ணார். அவர் அந்த டைமில் அவருக்கு நடந்த கஷ்டம், ப்ராப்ளம், அப்போ சார் தெரியாது எனக்கு. அப்போ ஒரு தெய்வீக உபாசகர் எனக்கு பழக்கம், அவரை கூட்டின்னு போய் அவரை பார்க்க வச்சு, அவர் அவ்வளோ பக்தி அவருக்கு கடவுள் மேலே. அவர் ஒரு ஆஃபீஸ் பார்த்தா அவர் கோவிலில் உட்காந்துருக்க மாதிரி இருக்கும், அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஆஃபீஸ் அவருக்கு. ஆனால் அந்த மாதிரி இவ்வளோ வருஷமாக கார்பரேட் வந்தாச்சு, ஓடிடி வந்தாச்சு, எல்லாம் வந்தாச்சு. ஆனால் தானுங்கிறது ஒன் மேன் ஷோ. இன்னைக்கும் he stands alone. எவ்வளோ சிங்கிள் ப்ரொடியூசர்ஸே இல்லை, அவர் ஒருத்தர் தான் நிற்கிறார் அண்ட் ஸ்டில் சக்ஸஸ்ஃபுல். தானு சார் ஃபோன் பண்ணால் எது வேணால் நடக்கும் இன்னைக்கு, அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு பொசிஷனில் இருக்கார் பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் ஹிஸ் அப்பார பக்தி. அண்ட் இன்னைக்கு சாரையும் அவர் கூட வந்து மீட் பண்ணியிருக்காரு, சார் ஒரு தொடர்பு வந்திருக்கு. ஐ எம் ஷுர் தானு சார் அடுத்த லெவலுக்கு கொண்டு போவார். மெனி திங்ஸ் வில் ஹேப்பன் ஃபார் ஹிம். நான் தமிழ், இங்கிலீஷு, தெலுங்கு ஏதோ பேசிட்டேன். ரொம்ப நேரம் பேச முடியாது. அண்ட் சாரோட பேச்சு நீங்கள் கேட்கணும். அது கேளுங்க. அவர் சொல்கிறார், நான் இங்கிலீஷில் பேசி எல்லாரும் புரியும் சார், நீங்கள் பேசுங்க சொல்லிட்டேன். 1 hour பேசுவார். அப்புறம் கொஸ்டின் ஆன்சர் செஷன் இருக்குது. நிஜமாகவே எல்லாரும் கேள்வி கேட்கலாம், எல்லாத்துக்கும் பதில் சொல்லுவார். ஐம் வெரி ஹாப்பி பிரசாத் இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு முயற்சி எடுத்துகிட்டு இந்த புக்குக்கு இன்னைக்கு ரிலீஸ் ஆக போகிறது. ஐம் வெரி ஹாப்பி. ஜெகதா சார் ரொம்ப அருமையான ஃப்ரெண்டு, அருமையான ரைட்டர். அவர் வர முடியலே சொல்லி ரொம்ப ஃபீல் பண்ணார் பர்சனல் ரீசன்னால. பட் ஐ நோ அந்த புக்கை படித்து அவர் எப்படி ஸ்ரீராம் சார் மேலே அவருக்கு ஒரு பெருமையும் இதுவும், அவர் எவ்வளோ மணி நேரம் பேசினார் என்கிட்ட அவரை பற்றி. எனிவே ஐ எம் ஹாப்பி தட் he sent a voice message. அது இங்கே டெக்னிக்கல் ரீசன் எங்களுக்கு போட முடியல. பட் ஐ எம் வெரி ஹாப்பி தட் he loved the book and loved his translation. And பூபதி ராஜா பற்றி நான் சொல்லணும். அவர் பெரிய ட்ராவல். எங்களுக்கு தெலுங்குல 2-3 எக்ஸ்ட்ராடனரி ஹிட்ஸ் நாங்கள் கொடுத்துருக்கோம், தமிழ்லேயும் கொடுத்துருக்கோம். அவரோட ஃபாதர் கிரேட் ரைட்டர், இவர் ஒரு பிரமாதமான ரைட்டர் அண்ட் பெரிய க்ளோஸ் நண்பர் எனக்கு. எங்கள் ட்ராவல் 90 டைம் ஒரு மாதத்தில் ஒரு 5 ஃபோன் கால் வந்தால் 4 ஃபோன் கால் ஸ்ரீராம் சார் பற்றி தான் பேசுவோம், வேறு எதுவும் பேச மாட்டோம். ஸோ ஐ எம் வெரி ஹாப்பி தட் ஹி சார். அண்ட் லாஸ்ட் பட் நாட் த லீஸ்ட், ஐ எம் வெரி ஹாப்பி to all my friends here and all from Hyderabad, Chennai, everybody. Thank you so much and thanks for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Suresh Krishna sir. Unga movies bariye neenga pesradhume romba romba super. Please accept a token of our gratitude. Thank you, sir. Now, yet again, another guest who needs no introduction, Shri Kalepulli S. Thanu. He is a prominent figure in the South Indian film industry, especially in Tamil cinema. As a prolific producer and distributor, he's been instrumental in bringing numerous blockbuster films to the audiences spanning decades. From iconic classics to contemporary hits, his 2 banners, B Creations and Kalepulli Films International, have been associated with a wide range of genres, showcasing his keen understanding of the audience pulse. He is known for his very bold choices and backing large-scale, ambitious projects, making him a significant force in the commercial
இது இனிய நாள். இது தெய்வீக இயற்கை புதின வெளியீட்டு விழாவிற்கு நம்ம எல்லாம் அகத்தால் ஆட்கொண்ட அவர் பேர் சொல்ல முடியலதுக்கு சுவாமிஜின்னு சொல்கிறேன். சுவாமிஜி அவர்களே, என் அரும் நண்பர் பூபதி ராஜா அவர்களே, ஆலவந்தான் அபை என்ற 2 மிகப்பெரிய படங்களை எனக்கு ஒரே நேரத்தில் உருவாக்கி தந்த சுரேஷ் கிருஷ்ணா அவர்களே, இந்த புதினத்தை உருவாக்கிய சகோதரர் பிரசாத் அவர்களே, சேவிக்கும் அத்துணைக்கும் என் பணிவான மாலை தமிழ் வணக்கத்தின் மகிழ்வோடு தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றேன். தெய்வீக இயற்கை புதினத்தில் 24 பிரிவுகளில் சுவாமிஜி அவர்கள் அவருடைய இயற்கையை வர்ணித்து, இயற்கையை தெய்வமாக வர்ணித்து அவர் எழுதியிருக்கின்ற ஒவ்வொரு சொல்லும் நீர்மேல் எழுத்தல்ல, கல்மேல் எழுத்து, நெஞ்சில் நிலைத்து நிற்கக்கூடிய ஓவியமாக, காவியமாக, காலம் காலமாக நிலைத்து நிற்கும், நீடிக்கும் என்று சொல்லுகின்றேன். சற்றொப்ப ஒரு 3-4 வருடங்களாக சுவாமிஜியை பற்றி பூபதி ராஜா அவர்கள் சொல்லி அவரை சந்திக்க வேண்டும் என்று சொன்னேன். பூபதி ராஜா சொல்லுவார், அவர் என்று நம்மை சந்திக்கிறது தான் அர்த்தம் என்று. கடந்த 1 வருடத்துக்கு முன்பாக அவரை சென்னையில் சந்தித்தேன். ஆனால் சர்க்கரை பந்தில் தேன்மாறி பொழிந்ததை போல் ஒரு மகிழ்ச்சி அதுவென்றால் இன்றைக்கு இந்த புதினத்தை வாங்கக்கூடிய பாக்கியத்தை தந்திருக்கக்கூடியது மறுமகிழ்ச்சியாகும். ஆகவே இரட்டிப்பு சந்தோஷத்தில் நான் மூழ்கி திளைக்கின்றேன். பூபதி ராஜா சொல்ல சொல்ல, சுரேஷ் கிருஷ்ணன் சார் சொல்ல சொல்ல பூரித்து புலகாமிதம் அடைந்தேன். இந்த மனிதரை பற்றி புத்தகம் அவர் எழுதும்போது அதை வெளியிடும் பாக்கியசாலி இருக்கிற எல்லா அலுவலக அறையிலையும் சாமி கிட்ட வேண்டிட்டு எனக்கு சுவாமிஜியுடைய படம் இருக்கும். ஸோ அவர் தினசரி வந்து பூஜை பண்ணும்போது சாமிஜியும் வணங்கிட்டு தான் அவர் உட்காருவார். என்னை அறியாமல் எல்லா சாமிக்கும் காமிக்கும் போது சாமிக்கும் நான் காண்பித்தேன். அது என்னை அறியாமல் என்னை அவர் ஆட்கொண்டார் என்று தான் சொல்ல வேண்டும். அது அவருக்கு வந்து நீங்கள் தான் சொல்லணும் அவருடைய மொழியில். அப்படி என் கண்கள் பணிக்கிறது. அப்படிப்பட்ட ஒரு தெய்வீக ஒரு மனிதரினுடைய வாழ்வியலை அவர் சொன்னதை, அவர் தெய்வீகத்தை அரும்பொருளாக இந்த புத்தகத்தை வாங்குவதில் பேருவகின்றேன், பேரானந்தம் கொள்கின்றேன். எப்படி என்னுடைய மகனுக்கு இவ்வளவு பெரிய மகிழ்ச்சியும் நெகிழ்ச்சியும் சந்தோஷத்தையும் அவர் நிறைந்து தருகிறாரோ, அதுபோல் அங்கிங்கெனாதபடி எங்கும் பிரமாவாக்கக்கூடிய அத்தர்களுக்கும் அத்தனை சமய சந்தர்ப்பங்களுக்கும் அவருடைய அருள் சூழ்ந்திருக்க வேண்டும். அவர்களை பின்பற்றி செல்ல வேண்டும். அவருடைய அருள் என்றும் நிறைவாக இருக்க வேண்டும். அப்படிப்பட்ட மனிதருடைய வாழ்வியலை படமாக எடுத்தால் அது நான் தான் எடுப்பேன். அதை இயக்குனர் சுரேஷ் கிருஷ்ணா தான் இயக்க வேண்டும். ஏன்னா இன்னைக்கு வந்து அல்லவையும் நல்லையும் கலந்து நச்சாக வரக்கூடிய காலகட்டத்திலே இப்படிப்பட்ட மகா புருஷர்கள்லாம் வந்து அவருடைய எண்ணங்களை நாம் தெளிவுபடுத்தி எடுத்து சொல்லும் பொழுது அது வந்து எல்லாருடைய மனதில் பதியும் போது அந்த பதிவே அவருடைய வாழ்வியலுக்கு, வாழ்க்கை தருணத்துக்கு, வாழ்க்கை பயணத்துக்கு ஒரு ஊன்றுகோலாக சான்றாக இருக்கும் என்பதுதான் எனது எண்ணம். அப்படிப்பட்ட மனிதரை நான் உண்மையிலே அந்த ஒரு சூழல் இனம் புரியாத கிளேசத்தில் நான் திக்கி திளைக்கின்றேன். ஆகவே அவர் நிறைந்து அவர் அருள் அனைவருக்கும் அகிலம் வாழ் அத்துணை ஜீவராசிகளுக்கும் அவர்களுடைய அருள் பரவ வேண்டும், அவர் பற்றி படர வேண்டும் என்று சொல்லி அவர் புகழ் ஓங்குக, அவர்கள் செல்வம் செல்வாக்கு அத்தனை உயர்ந்தோகுக என்று சொல்லி வாய்ப்புக்கு நன்றி தெரிவித்து அமைகிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம். அவர் கேட்டிருக்காரு, நீங்கள் எடுக்கிற படத்தில் எனக்கு ஒரு பாட்டு எழுதுகிற சான்ஸ்ன்னு. அத்தனை பாட்டும் தருகிறேன், அத்தனையும் முத்துப்பாட்டாக அமையும் என்பது சொல்லுகிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Thank you, icing on the cake, and thank you, sir, for being a part of this evening. And please accept our humble expression of gratitude and. Thank you. Now we delve into the heart of today's event. Sri Prasad Babu has poured his heart and soul into this project, meticulously crafting a Tamil version that captures the spirit and nuances of the original. We personally know from very close quarters how much of effort has gone into this work. Translating is not just about converting words, it's about conveying emotions, cultural context, and in the author's voice. All order, considering the original is all. I request Sriram sir to please come up for the official release of Dheiveega Iyarkai, a humble translation of sir's words, divinity, nature. And may I also please request Sri Kalepuli S. Tannu to formally receive the first book from Sriram sir. Thank you. Now, to give you all a glimpse into the beauty of this translation and the evergreen original, we invite the translator, Sri S.S. Prasad Babu, to share his thoughts and the experience of working through this book.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். எனக்கு வந்து இதில் பக்கத்தில் உட்கார்ந்த உடனே இந்த மகாகவி காளிதாஸ் படத்தில் வர ஒரு பாட்டு தான் ஞாபகம் வந்தது. யார் தருவார் இந்த அரியாசனம், புவியரசோடு எனக்கும் ஒரு சரியாசனம். அந்த மாதிரி நான் வந்து எங்கேயோ தூரக்கேந்து வந்து இஃப் ஐ கேன் ஹாவ் அ கிளிம்ஸ் ஆஃப் சார், அந்த மாதிரி நான் ஏங்கியிருந்தேன். இங்கே பக்கத்தில் வந்து உட்காரதுன்றதே வந்து நிஜமாவே எனக்கு என்ன சொல்றதுன்னே தெரியல. நோ, இட் ஹேப்பன் பை ஹிஸ் ஓன் வில். எனக்கு எதுவுமே ஐ நெவர் தாட், நோ ஐ டோன்ட் ஹாவ் த பேஷன்ஸ் டு சிட் அண்ட் டூ எனி திங். நான் போய் இந்த மாதிரி உட்காந்து எழுதுது அப்படின்றதுலாம் வந்து இட் இஸ் டெஃபினெட்லி நத்திங் விச் ஐ ஹவ் டன். ஐ திங்க் இட் இஸ் காட்ஸ் வில். He chose me to do it. As Sarah has been telling, I'm an instrument and I love, but I definitely know I have that love with which, I thought once இந்த மாதிரி நடந்ததுன்னா தமிழ்நாட்டில் இருக்கிறவங்க எல்லாருக்குமே வந்து தெரியணும், சாரை பற்றி தெரியணும். நம்ம கேள்விப்பட்ட மாதிரி அவர் பூபதி ராஜா சார் சொன்ன உடனே எனக்கு வந்து நான் நிறைய ஏதாவது பேசிக்லி ஐ கேன் சே தட் ஒரு ட்ரூத் சீக்கர், யாராவது ஒரு சுவாமிஜின்னா உடனே போய் பார்த்துருவேன். இந்த கோவில் முனையில குறி சொல்றவங்களா கூட போய் பார்த்துருவேன். ஐ ஜஸ்ட் வாண்ட் டு நோ வாட்ஸ் ஹேப்பனிங் என்ன அப்படின்ட்டு. அப் டு நித்யானந்த வரைக்கும் நான் பார்த்துருக்கேன். அது வந்து ஜஸ்ட் பேசிக்லி தட் இஸ் மை இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட். ஐ வாண்ட் டு நோ வாட்ஸ் ஹேப்பனிங். லெட்ஸ் சி. இவர் வந்து சார் வந்து அவர் வந்து சார், நான் எப்போ பார்த்தாலும் சார் அப்படியே சொல்லிட்டு இருக்கேன். அவர் வந்து சாக்ஷாத் பரமாத்மா ஸ்வரூபம். அவர்கிட்ட இல்லாத மாரி நான் கேட்டு ஒரு கன்வின்ஸ் ஆகாத மாதிரி ஒரு பதிலே இல்லை. கிளியர் ஆன்சர்ஸ். அது எல்லாமே வந்து நமக்கு வந்து ஃபாலோ பண்ணுறதுக்கெலாம் நமக்கு வந்து ரொம்ப கஷ்டம் தான். பட் அட்லீஸ்ட் என்னன்றது கிளியராக சொல்கிறாரு. அதில் வந்து நிறைய பேருக்கு நம்ம கேட்டோம்னா ஓரளவுக்கு சொல்லுவாங்க. சொல்லிட்டு இல்லை இது இப்படி தான் இருக்குது, அது அந்த சாஸ்திரத்தில் எப்படி சொல்லியிருக்கு, இந்த வேதத்தில் எப்படி சொல்லியிருக்கு, யூ ஹேவ் டு ஃபாலோ திஸ் இந்த ப்ரொசீஜர் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. சார் வந்து அப்படிலாம் இல்லை. He has given scientific, he gives a scientific. நேற்று கூட நான் ஏதோ கேட்டேன். அப்போ வந்து நாங்கள் வந்து ரொம்ப it was hot and we were using an umbrella and he gave an example with the umbrella. அதெல்லாம் வந்து அந்த மாதிரி ரொம்ப நமக்கு புரியற மாதிரி அந்த அதுலலாம் வந்து அந்த தெய்வீக இயற்கை வந்து இட் ரியலி கேப்சர்ட் மீ. அதில் ஒரு பெரிய பெனிஃபிட் என்னன்னா, அதை டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணும்போது நிறைய வாட்டி படித்தேன். நிறைய வாட்டி படிக்கும்போது ஒவ்வொரு வாட்டி படிக்கும்போது ஒரு புதுசாக தான் இருக்கு. இன்னும் நிறைய வாட்டி படிச்சுட்டே இருக்கலாம் அதை. ஏன்னா அது வந்து இட் கிவ்ஸ் அ நியூ டைமென்ஷன் எவ்ரி டைம் யூ ரீட். அண்ட் ஈவன் எஸ்டர்டே ஐ ஆஸ்க்ட் கொஸ்டின் டு சார். ஹி செட் யூ வில் ஹேவ் டு ரீட் தட் புக். ஸோ தட் ரீடிங் இஸ் நாட் சஃபிஷியன்ட். அவர் சார் சொல்கிற மாதிரி நான் ஒரு வாட்டி பகவத்கீதை சொல்லும்போது நான் சார் சொன்ன பகவத்கீதை படிச்சோடனே அவர் கேட்டார், இந்த ஸ்லோகம் எத்தனாவது ஸ்லோகம் அப்படின்ட்டு. நம்ம படிக்கிறதுலாம் ஏதோ சும்மா கதை படிக்கிற மாதிரி ஏதோ படிச்சுட்டு போறோம். சொன்ன திஸ் இஸ் நாட் ரீடிங். தென் ஹீ செட் தி ஸ்லோகா அண்ட் ஹீ கேவ் த மீனிங். ஸோ பட் டிவினிட்டி இன் நேச்சர் இஸ் சச் அ புக் தட் யூ வில் ஹேவ் டு பை ஹார்ட் தி கண்டென்ட்ஸ். அண்ட் சார் சொல்ற மாதிரி வந்து வில் ஹேவ் டு இம்ப்ளிமெண்ட் தட் அண்ட் நம்ம ரிலைஸ் பண்ணணும். அதை எல்லாத்துலேயுமே வந்து நான் இப்போ அதில் கொஞ்சம் ஓரளவுக்கு ஏதோ ட்ரை பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன். இப்போ இந்த எங்கள் மாடியில் தோட்டத்தில் இஃப் ஐ சி ஃப்ளவர்ஸ் தென் ஐ இமிடியட்லி ரீகால், ஓ வாட் அ பியூட்டி அண்ட் எப்படி ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்பட்டு கடவுள் எவ்வளோ அழகாக கிரியேட் பண்ணிருக்காரு அப்படின்ட்டு. அந்த மாதிரி கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமாக நம்ம கொண்டு வரணும் ப்ராப்ளி. அதுக்கு எல்லாரும் வந்து முதல்ல எழுதுன்னு வந்து ஆல்பபெட் மாதிரி முதல்ல சாரை பற்றி தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும். இதுதான் வந்து சத்யபிரசாத் சார்னு ஒருத்தர் இருக்கார். அவர் மூலமாக தான் அப்புறமா வந்து சாரோடைய வாட்ஸ்அப் குரூப்பில் அவர் தான் எனக்கு சொன்னார், டிவினிட்டி நேச்சர் தான் வந்து இஸ் தி பேசிக் திங் தட் யூ வில் ஹேவ் டு ரீட் அப்படின்ட்டு. மற்றதெல்லாம் வந்து கூட இதுவாக இருக்கலாம், பட் இது வந்து எசன்ஸ் ஆஃப் வாட் எவர் சார் ஹஸ் செட் அப்படின்னு. அதை படிக்கும்போது எனக்கு மற்ற புக்கெலாம் வந்து படிக்கிறோம் அப்படின்னு ஒரு இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இருந்தது தவிர இதை படிக்கும்போது தான் எனக்கு வந்து இதை வந்து டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணோம். நம்ம தமிழ் எல்லாரும் வந்து தமிழ்நாட்டில் இருக்கிறவங்க எல்லாரும் தமிழ் படித்து இதை படித்து தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும். சார் என்ன சொல்கிறார், அவருடைய வந்து த கோர் ஆஃப் ஹிஸ் டீச்சிங்ஸ் ஆர் அவைலபிள் தேர், அதை வந்து நம்ம தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும் அப்படின்ட்டு. அந்த ஆசையில் உருவானது தான் அது. அதுக்கப்புறம் அதை பண்ணும்போதே நினச்சேன், நான் வந்து சார் சொன்னார் அப்போ கூட, ஈவெண்ட் யூ கேன் ஹேவ் சம் ரிலீஸ் ஈவெண்ட் வித் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் அப்படின்ட்டு. பட் சார் வந்து நம்ம அது மூலமாக நம்ம இங்கே ஒரு வர வச்சு, நம்ம நிறைய பேர் ஃபோன் பண்ணி கேட்டுட்டே இருந்தாங்க, எப்போ சார் வருவார், சென்னைக்கு வருவார், தமிழ்நாடுக்கு வருவார், பார்க்கணும் அப்படின்ட்டு. ஸோ அது மூலமாக வந்து சார் ஆக்ஷன் வரத்துக்கு ஒரு இட் வாஸ் அன் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி ஃபார் கிவன் பை சார். அண்ட் ஐ திங்க் நமக்கு தெரிஞ்சவங்க எல்லாருமே வி ஹவ் யூட்டிலைஸ் இட் வெல். இதை வந்து நம்ம எடுத்துட்டு போயிட்டு நம்ம திருப்பி இதே மாதிரி அதில் வந்து எல்லாருமே எழுதியிருக்கிறது வந்து, இன்ஃபேக்ட் நான் வந்து ரொம்ப கேர்ஃபுல்லாக ஃபோர்வேர்ட்லாம் கூட ரொம்ப படித்தேன்னா ரொம்ப இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்காக இருக்கும். ஃபோர்வேர்ட்லேயுமே வந்து அவர் சொல்லியிருக்காரு, பூபதி ராஜா சொல்லியிருக்காரு, அதெல்லாம் சொல்லலை. இப்போது எனக்கு நிறைய பேர் ஃபோன் பண்ணின்னு இருந்தாங்க, சரி ஆர்வ கோளாறுல இவரும் பண்ணுறாரு போல் இருக்குது அப்படின்னு நினச்சிருந்தேன் அப்படின்ட்டு. அதே மாதிரி சாரும் சொல்லியிருந்தாரு, இந்த மாதிரி வந்து அவர் ரொம்ப வந்து ஒரு இதுலேயே இந்த கன்ஃபியூஷனில் இருந்தார் அப்படின்ட்டு. அதெல்லாம் வந்து those are things which have, I mean, which will create lot of interest. அது ஒரு இது எல்லாமே படிக்கணும். அதே மாதிரி அந்த இதில் வந்து ப்ரொஃபஸர் சிவராமகிருஷ்ணா சாரோட ஆர்டிக்கிள் ஒன்று இருக்குது. நான் அதில் அதுதான் நான் வந்து ரொம்ப ஹெவியாக இருக்குது. அது வந்து யூ will have to really read it very slowly. அது நல்லா யூ will அது வந்து ஒன்றும் சாரை பற்றி இட் இஸ் கிவிங் அ செவரல் டைமென்ஷன்ஸ். அவர் வந்து டிஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணியிருக்காரு. அவர் வந்து எப்படி வந்து அதில் நிறைய இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங் திங்ஸ் ஆர் தேர். ஸ்டோரி அபவுட் அ பேர் விசிட்டிங் யுவர் வில்லேஜ், எஸ் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் தட், ஹவு நோ வாட் இஸ் த லெசன் தட் கிவ்ஸ், அந்த மாதிரி நிறையா இருக்குது அதில். அதே மாதிரி வந்து ஒரு கேமரா, அந்த கேமராவில் சாரை ஃபோட்டோ எடுத்து அது அவர் வரல அப்படின்றது. அதே மாதிரி ஒரு அல்மேராவில் வந்து ஒரு ப்ரீடெட்டர்மினிசம் வந்து ப்ரூவ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு ஒரு சார் எழுதின லெட்டர் வந்து for which he had the lock and key அதில் இருந்தது. அந்த மாதிரி there are so many things. இந்த புக்கை தயவு செய்து நீங்கள் வந்து ஒரு வரி விடாமல் படிங்க. இட் வில் பி டெஃபினெட்லி யூஸ்ஃபுல். அதை படிச்சுட்டு அதே மாதிரி அதை மனசுக்குள்ளே வாங்கிட்டு நம்ம கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமாக பண்ணின்னு வந்தோம்னா, ஐ திங்க் நோ வித் திஸ் வில் வி வில் பி ஏபிள் டு get into a better level of understanding and realization and happiness, more importantly happiness. இது நிஜமாவே எனக்கு வந்து மை ஒய்ஃப் ஐ திங்க் சொல்ல, நீ கொஞ்சம் லேசாக மாறின மாதிரி இருக்கு அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. ஷி மே நாட் அக்ரி பட் ஃபுல்லி. பட் எனக்கே வந்து தெரியுது ரொம்ப இல்லாமல். ஏன்னா முன்னாலாம் எனக்கு தூங்கவே முடியாது. ஐ வாஸ் நாட் ஏபிள் டு ஸ்லீப், பட் நவ் ஐ எம் ஏபிள் டு ஸ்லீப் ஹாப்பிலி. That's no, it's a big change which has come. Slowly other things can come, and I request all your wishes and blessings. Thanks to sir. அவருக்கு வந்து தேங்க்ஸ். ஏன்னா இஸ் காட். நம்ம வந்து அவர் சொல்கிற மாதிரி நம்ம வில் ஹேவ் டு பி ஆல்வேஸ் தேங்க்ஃபுல். அண்ட் அது மனசுல இருந்தே இருக்கணும். பூபதி ராஜா சார், அப்புறமா வந்து சுரேஷ்வரா சாரை வந்து பார்த்ததுக்கு அப்புறமா இது வந்து ஒரு நல்ல வேகத்தில் போக ஆரம்பிச்சது. அவர் தான் வந்து என்ன டிரைவ் பண்ணியிருந்தார் நல்லா. அவரை போய் பார்த்தீங்களா, அதை பார்த்தீங்களா, ஏன்னா டைரக்டர் அவர் வந்து அப்படியே வந்து முதல் ஸ்க்ரீன் பிளே அவர் எழுதிட்டார். தென் ஹி கேவ் இந்த டைரக்ஷன் இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ஸ் எல்லாம் கொடுத்து பண்ணியிருந்தார். அதே மாதிரி தானு சார் நான் வந்து இன்னைக்கு தான் அவர்கிட்ட ஞாபகப்படுத்தேன். நான் வந்து ஒரு 20 years முன்னாடி அவரை பார்த்துருக்கேன். மறுபடியும் இப்போ பார்த்ததுலேயும் மிக மகிழ்ச்சி. தேங்க்யூ ஆல். தேங்க்யூ ஃபார் த ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி. தேங்க்ஸ் ஃபார் கம்மிங். தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச்.
Thank you. We can all feel the passion words, and thank you, Pa, for this amazing work and making it possible for the Tamil audience to enjoy Sir's words. It's amply clear the dedication and the commitment that's gone into this. Thank you. And now, before we take a short break, I'll request Dr. Barlu to please share with the audience about details of the upcoming Sri Lanka trip in April. Barlu, sir.
Good evening, friends. So this is a great evening. We are all blessed to be here. I heartfully congratulate Prasad Garu, who has translated this book, Divinity in Nature. So this is the essence of all Vedas, Upanishads, all scriptures, Newton's laws, you can directly apply into your life. That is the greatness of that book. Every day, I recollect the principles that were enunciated in that book in English. So he has got the opportunity to translate it into Tamil. So we are all blessed. I congratulate Prasad Garu once again. Friends, recently, the last 30, 40 years, we have never got that opportunity. Sriram sir, with Sriram sir, we were able to go to the Ramayana tour. We had 2 seminars in Colombo, In Search of Lasting Happiness and The Strangest Secrets of the Mind. Those 2 seminars were conducted in Colombo, Sri Lanka. Then we went for the Ramayana tour. That was a 7-night, 8-day program. For about 170 people participated in it. Fortunately, Prasad Garu and his better half were also able to participate in that program. So again, we were unable last time. We could not accommodate some people, so they were left. Now, they all have requested, sir. Sir has provided an opportunity to go with him again from March 21st to 28th. That is Friday to Friday. Seminars, 2 seminars, and Ramayana tour is again going to happen from March 21st to March 28th. So actually, more people are from Hyderabad. So there are 10, 15 seats available and also come. You can contact me. So my telephone number is 9000 131478, or you can be in touch with the Prasad Garu. He is accessible to you. So if you have any, so that is a wonderful trip we all had recently. We don't know when and how we get this opportunity. So during these 30, 40 years, he has provided that opportunity. Again, we are getting it. So if you are interested, if you want to participate in it, you can contact Prasad Garu or me. Okay, friends, now, thank you very much. I once again congratulate Prasad Garu on translating this wonderful book into Tamil. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
குட் ஈவினிங். அதாவது நாங்கள் இந்த சொன்ன ஸ்ரீலங்கா டூர் பற்றி இன்னும் தமிழில் சொல்லு அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருந்தாரு. நாங்கள் போயிருந்தோம் இப்போது ஸ்ரீலங்கா டூருக்கு ஒரு 1 வீக்கு, 10th-லேருந்து 17th ஜனவரி. அதில் வி கவர்ட் லாட் ஆஃப் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் பிளேசஸ். நிறைய இடத்துக்கு போயிருந்தோம். அதில் வந்து ஒவ்வொரு மெயினாக வந்து சாரோடு இருந்தோம் அப்படின்றது தான் எங்களுக்கு மெயினாக அந்த டூரில். ஒவ்வொரு நாளும் வந்து ஈவினிங் வந்து ஒரு 1 hour செஷன் சாரோட கொஸ்டின் ஆன்சர் செக்ஷன் இருக்கும். அதேமாரி இடங்கள்லாம் பார்க்கலாம். இடமும் வந்து நம்ம சில இடம்லாம் ரொம்ப நல்லா இருக்கு. மாதிரி இந்த அசோகவனம் அதெல்லாம் பிரமாதமாக இருந்தது. அதேமாதிரி ஸ்ரீலங்கா வந்து ரொம்ப கேரளா மாதிரி ரொம்ப க்ரீனரி அதிகமாக இருக்கும், ரொம்ப இயற்கையோடு இருக்கிற ஒரு இடம். அந்த டூருக்கு வந்து அவர் வந்து டீட்டெயில்ஸ் வந்து குரூப்பில் இருந்தாலும் குரூப்பில் போடுவார், இல்லைன்னா என்னை காண்டாக்ட் பண்ணுங்க. அதுக்கு வந்து மார்ச் சார் விச் டேட்? மார்ச் 21st to 28th. அதுக்கு ஏதாவது டீட்டெயில்ஸ் வேணுன்னா யூ கேன் அவரை காண்டாக்ட் பண்ணலாம், இல்லை என்னோட நம்பர் குரூப்பில் இருக்கும், என்னை காண்டாக்ட் பண்ணலாம். அதுக்கு யார் யார் போகிறீங்களோ அது முன்னாடியே சொல்லிட்டிங்கன்னா ஐ திங்க் தே வில் பி ஏபிள் டு பிளான் இட் பெட்டர். தட்ஸ் நான் தமிழில் சொன்னால் முடிஞ்ச வரைக்கும் கம்யூனிகேட் பண்ணுறேன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச்.
There's someone also capturing this moment live. He's actually painting this entire scene live. So thank you so much for that. Mr. Mallikarjun, thank you so much.
Can you bring that now? Bring it here.
Can you please bring it and show it to the entire audience? Thank you.
Give on the.
Uh-huh.
Come in. All of us. Show it. This is a live painting. This is a live painting. He has been doing it for quite some time. இப்போ வந்து எஸ் ஆல்சோ இது கூட ஒரு மிராக்கிள் தான். நான் வந்து ஒரு ஸ்ரீராம் குரூப்போட ஒரு ஈவெண்ட்டுக்கு போயிருந்தேன். அப்போ வந்து ஒரு லைவ் பெயிண்டிங் பண்ணியிருந்தாங்க. ஸோ நான் ஈவெண்ட்லேயும் இந்த மாதிரி லைவ் பெயிண்டிங் பண்ணோன்ட்டு த நெக்ஸ்ட் டே திஸ் கை கால் he said I'm a painter sir. நான் சொன்னேன் can you do live painting? he said sir நான் தான் மனசில் நினச்சிருந்தேன் அப்படின்னு. அந்த மாதிரி ஆக்சுவலாக நிறையா வந்து அந்த மாதிரி நடந்தது இந்த ஈவெண்ட்டில். நாதஸ்வரம் வந்து வாக்கிங் போகும்போது இதே மாதிரி நினச்சிருந்தேன் நாதஸ்வரம் வைக்கலாம் அப்படின்ட்டு. தென் திஸ் கை கால்ட் he said சார் வணக்கம் அப்படின்னா சரி நீ வா நாதஸ்வரம் வா அப்படின்ட்டு. ஸோ இட் ஆல் ஹேப்பன் பை ஹிஸ் வில். நான் எதுவும் நம்ம நினச்சே ஒன்றும் பண்ணல. அந்த மாதிரி தான் நடந்தது இந்த பெயிண்டிங் ஆல்சோ. I thought it will add some variety to the event. Thank you. Now we'll take a
short break. We'll see you all back at 6:15 and please join us for
இந்த நிகழ்ச்சி நடப்பதற்கு உறுதுணையாக இருக்கும் எங்கள் தானு சாருக்கும் அவருடைய மகன் பிரபுவிற்கும் இந்த இடத்தில் என்னுடைய நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். நன்றி.
We'll resume at 6:15 please. Please join us for refreshments. Tea and coffee served at the back. Thanks. 22nd 9. Good evening again and welcome back everyone. A moment we've all been waiting for. We are indeed blessed to have amongst us beacon of wisdom, a guiding light on our spiritual journey, Sriram sir. His presence by itself radiates peace and tranquility, reflecting the profound depths of his teachings. For years, he's illuminated our paths and offering us the timeless wisdom presented with clarity and compassion. His words have not only touched our minds, but have resonated deeply within our hearts, in a lot of cases, transforming us in countless ways. He embodies the very essence of meaningful living, inspiring us to cultivate inner peace, self-awareness, and a deeper connection with the divine, which, sir, like I said, is a work in progress for many of us here. Please join me in welcoming our beloved Sriram sir to continue enlightening us. Welcome, sir. Thank you very much. And while sir addresses, can I please request the audience to mute your phones and please just concentrate on listening to sir and trying to grasp as much as we all can. Thank you.
இந்த அருமையான சந்தர்ப்பத்தை நாம் அமைதியாக இருந்து கேட்டால் மேலும் பல நன்மைகள் நமக்கு கிடைக்கும். ஸோ செல்ஃபோன் கொஞ்சம் அமைதிப்படுத்துங்கள், கொஞ்சம் அமைதியாக கேளுங்கள். சினிமா இயக்குனர் சங்கத்திலிருந்து திரு அரவிந்தராஜ் அவர்கள், ஊமை விழிகள், உழவன் மகன் போன்ற படங்களை இயக்கிய அரவிந்தராஜ் அவர்கள் சாருக்கு இப்போது ஒரு மரியாதை செய்வார் இயக்கும் சங்க சார்பாக.
Hello.
How much time I have?
As long as you want, sir.
No, officially. Huh? 1 hour. So namaskar to the distinguished, glorious guests of this evening and the children of divinity. Just now she said enlightening and muting the phones, I can only light a lamp, No more lightening or enlightening, Muting phone is easy, but muting mind is more difficult. The whole gist of the talk is how to mute the mind, Muted mind, or immutable mind, So anyhow, thank you all for your immeasurable, ineffable love. Did you all have coffee or tea? All of you. So nice, Can you see me? Am I visible? Even if I am not visible, no problem. Am I audible? Even if I am not audible, fine. What you miss is worth missing, Either way, it is good, So at a time when my desire to speak has totally disappeared, and they are asking to speak, all that I wanted to speak, I spoke already. Shouted long enough and loud enough, and now no more shouting, I feel like taking rest. I have become a listener these days, Good listener, attentive listener, empathetic listener, So what should I say? Except to thank you, love. Thank you for your love. And love is the only thing that I can and I want to expect from you. Similarly, I request you all to expect only love from me. And nothing more, nothing less, But this love, the word love is very tricky, What do I mean by expecting love from you? And what do I mean by giving only love to you? Then why should love be given so much of importance? What's so great about it? When I say don't expect anything from me except love, I don't expect anything from you except love. What does that mean, you know? Why should I say these sentences, you know? There are many more better things, right? But the final, slightly ununderstandable fact is, the entire universe, there isn't and cannot be anything greater than, more pious than, or better than love, L-O-V-E. Four-letter word that rules all the four corners of the world, you know. Right? Means what, you know? There's one question that constantly has been raised since time immemorial by all the philosophers and psychologists and thinkers. And that is, what is the purpose of living? Meaning of life. What really is the purpose? When there's so much of sorrow, so much of misery, right? So many tears, you know. And what is the meaning? For most of us, life is meaningless, right? A meaningless mass of reality. When you look at some of the tragedies, you know, you're bound to lose meaning, all the hope in life, you know. And on the other side, you say, there is divinity in everything, divinity in nature. And now when you look at the world, it's difficult to believe that word, you know. Right? Is my voice comfortable to you? For all of you? If you are not comfortable with me, that's fine. Be comfortable with my voice, you know. Yeah, thanks technology, you know. We have become slaves to technology. But of course, it saves us also from so many problems. So we are talking about love, deeply steeped in love. One very tricky word, you know, that baffles everyone every time. Everybody wants love, nobody gets love, you know. Many people generally question, you know, what's the purpose of living? As far as I am concerned, the purpose of life is to live. There can't be a greater purpose than to live. Of course, live happily, one. And the meaning of life is love. And the purpose is life, to live happily. The meaning could be love. Love and to be loved, both. If you love, it's not enough. You're not happy. Others are happy. You want to be loved also by somebody else, right? Both are difficult tasks, you know. You want to love somebody, he doesn't want to be loved. You expect love from year and year, your own children, your own parents, and nobody loves you. They love, and love disappears. It gets thin, sometimes it disappears. What do you do? The whole gist of that book is that, you know, the love consists of 3 dimensions. It's called a triangle of love, they say. First of all, you can love yourself, point 1. This looks slightly strange when I utter this word, you love yourself. And it is such a great thing as to love yourself. And it is a great thing to love yourself, you know. Most of you don't love yourself, you know. I am good for nothing fellow, fit for nothing. Why did God create me? I want to commit suicide. Is God kind? Why should He be so cruel? You raise all these questions and you hate yourself, you know. Life is not worth living for you. Which means it's not so easy to love yourself, one. Then comes the creation around you. There are only 3 things. You, world, creation around you, and the one who created both, God, right? Creator. You, creation, the creator, you know. Right? So loving yourself, one. Loving others. Here, animate and inanimate. Let's leave aside inanimate things, you know. It is easy. Sometimes, unless you have that kind of instinct, you don't love them also. There is a beautiful flower, you don't love it, you know. What is there to love? It's just beautiful. There's a beautiful Niagara Fall. What is there to look at? Just a waterfall, they say. So even to love nature, it requires some kind of maturity, inner maturity. And then there are human beings, your own parents, children, relatives, friends, colleagues, and others, neighbors. And if you love them, okay, it's not enough, you have to be loved by them also. It's a two-way process. Both are equally difficult, So, the sentence is used, if you know how to love, you know how to be loved, I said tricky sentence, Most of us don't know how to love. You love in a way that gives you joy, but not the other person joy. Love a person in a way he wants to be loved by you. Sometimes don't you make your love a tool to torture others? You eat somebody's place, he prepares 50 varieties of food out of sheer love. And he forces you to eat, though you are a diabetic patient, and suffering from stomach out of sheer love. Very difficult to tolerate and bear love. You can bear hatred, but not love, It's not a funny statement. Vivekananda himself said it, I don't want to be loved anybody. At some stages, he made this statement, Creating so many people, I want to run away from the love of all the people, So loving is a very extremely sensitive process, Unless you have psychological sensitivity and the depth of emotion, it's difficult to love. Just as a mother holds a child so carefully, can you love the other person? To do so, you have to understand the other person, his nature, his emotions, his behavior. Unless you get an insight into other person's personality, you cannot love also. Therefore, even the parents fail to love their own children. Maybe they are your children, but you know how to love them. You love them in a way you want to, not in a way they want you to love. Similarly, parents, relatives, your purpose is good, but the process is not desirable, Sometimes the way they want to be loved is not desirable. Then what do? These are all difficulties for loving. Then getting loved by them, if you know how to love them, the only way to make other person love you is to love them. There's no other way. If you hate somebody, give everything you expect him to love, he doesn't. You love him, you are loved, So this is another process, loving business. Third, that doesn't seem to be so significant, but in fact it's more significant is love of God, This. Another more tricky statement than all the other statements, What do you mean by loving God, Does God need your love? Honestly, tell me. Is a human being to need your love, Even if you don't love, nothing is going to happen to him, There's such a person is called God, Even if you hate, he loves you. Otherwise, you can't call him God, There are many atheists, Charvakas and many atheists. Are they not taken care of, So do we need love God? And we have all so many methods of loving God, through rituals, through praises, through this, through that, to building temples, ashramas, so many things. So good, fine, absolutely, they are necessary also for a man, for an ordinary person. But the question is that enough? Is that enough to remove your sorrow? Persistent, consistent sorrow. It is necessary to some extent, desirable also. Therefore, all cultures all over the world have these rituals. Fine. Maybe sometimes they're misused, stretched too far. That's a different thing. That happens everywhere in dualistic world. But does he need your love? If you don't love, does he not love you? So how many places you want to please him, The one who does not, who doesn't want to be pleased, need not be pleased at all, So how to love God is one thing, how to be loved by God is another thing, Just because you broke 100 coconut doesn't mean he loves you. If I don't do that, does he not love me? Supposing you ask for something. If it is bad for you, even if you love, does he give you? He doesn't. Something is good for you. I don't love him. Does he not give you even if you don't love? He does, Swami Vivekananda, after death of his father, faced so many difficulties, unimagined financial difficulties. Earlier he was fine, rich when father was alive. Once father died, so many cases, court cases, money problems, Then he was very sad and disheartened and dissatisfied. Sri Ramakrishna observed that, Then asked him, he used to call a fool, he used to call like that, out of sheer love, Why don't you ask mother, She gives you everything. Go and ask her, He used to go inside. Once he went inside, when the moment he stole a glance at the idol of mother, he used to forget everything, He used to come back. Did you ask? No, I forgot, Go again. He went inside again. Sat there, lost in ecstasy. Again forgot, came back. Did you ask? No, I was lost in ecstasy. Baba, go again, Then he went there. Then he understood that meditative ecstasy of being present in that divine presence, And tears started coursing down his cheeks. Total ecstasy. Then he felt, I am not poor. I am rich. I am not emperor. I need not beg. I am not a beggar. He came back and said, Did you ask? No, I don't want to ask. I am already rich. I am not poor. Then Ramakrishna said, yes, that is what I wanted. Had you begged for something, you wouldn't have the necessary qualification to be my student, Now I understand that to beg is to spoil the prayer, he says, To beg is to spoil the prayer. Ramakrishna Paramsa sentence, The question is, should you beg God for love? That's the question, But how many of us, in how many ways, are we not busy with pleasing God? Slightly, I utter a sentence that may create slight discomfort in you, but an eternal truth. All of us want to serve God. But truth is, He wants to serve you. Allow Him. Does it make any sense? Or do I look like the one who has suddenly been let loose from the nearest mental asylum? The greatest devotee is the one who allows God to serve you, not the one who serves God. That Vivekananda realized. Apparently service to God. Inherently you want to be served because, let us say there is many children came. Now, there is a small child. Now tell me, who is a good child? The child who serves mother, or is good enough to be served by mother in all possible ways? Mother wants to give bath. He willingly accepts, cooperates with mother, feeds, heeds, teaches, learns. So mother is trying to serve you in so many ways. Now first of all, can you serve mother? Point one. Does he need your service? Does he need your service? Point two. So for heaven's sake, allow God to serve you. First, His greatest service, He has created you, right? You are not created yourself, Most of us say, who is your father, so-and-so, who is your mother, so-and-so. That is apparently correct sentence, but inherently wrong sentence when viewed scientifically. In the womb of your mother, you are just a zygote, combination of egg and sperm, right? And you divided yourself into 2, 4, millions, zillions. And you yourself developed your heart, not your mother. Mother was supplying necessary food to do so, necessary energy to do so. And you sculpted yourself, the entire body with the help of ultimate power, who is the real father? You are your own father, you are your own mother, right? Slightly strange, mad sentences, kada? Difficult to accept, You honestly question yourself, did your mother or father make you? They provided a seed, there ended their role. Later they took care of. Supposing if you bury a seed in the earth, put some water, and a tree is born, do you think mother is the mother of the tree? Or seed is the mother of the tree? You are your own mother, you are your own father. So that way this love triangle is slightly difficult, How to love yourself, how to love others and be loved by them, how to serve God and be served by Him, how to love God, be loved. Then to love, just as to love somebody, you should know his characteristic features. Supposing I like brinjal and cooked bitter gourd, I don't eat. So in order to be loved by me, you should know something about me, right? I like particular movie, and you take me to some other movie. You love me, but in a different way that causes me sorrow. Similarly, to love anyone, try to get an insight into his or her actual personality, There's the problem where parents misunderstand, parent-children misunderstand, wife and husband misunderstands. Especially in most cases, wife and husband, married people. Their relation is stranger than that of you and God. Very, very strange, very interesting relation. My wife doesn't know how to love husband, husband doesn't know how to love. He always loves himself and thinks he is loving her. She loves herself and thinks that she is loving him, Somehow they seem to love each other but always quarrel, Right? There was one funny incident, I don't know whether you heard it or not, Long ago, there was an apartment, There are so many families. So the walls were thin. Most of them have windows. So what happens in one apartment is known to all the people, They can overhear easily. From this apartment, suppose wife and husband, they are quarreling, you can just listen and enjoy the whole thing. You can switch off TV, enjoy that conversation. Much more interesting than any TV serial, What a joy, So that way, all the people, night gagane, shouting at each other, quarreling and cursing each other, throwing vessels, spoons, glasses at each other. So much of noise in every apartment, Every day. But there's one apartment, right, where there are only laughter, laughter all the time. People couldn't understand the mystery behind it, Everybody became so curious. Somehow you wanted to know what is the magic behind it, When all the people decided and went out that owner of the person, sir, it is our honest request. We're all joining our hands in reverence and ask you, please get help. What is the secret behind your laughter? You and your wife laugh so many times, Both of you laughing all through night. Whereas we are shouting at each other, weeping, cursing each other, What's the secret, He said, but don't share this with others, he said, You too don't share with others. That is second. They became very curious, just as you have become very curious, right? Are you not curious to know that, secret? More important than the book release function, Forget the book aside. How to remain so joyous? He said, whenever she is angry with me, she throws something at me, right? When she hits me, she laughs. When I miss it, I laugh, Over, She hits. If she hits, she laughs. If I miss, I laugh. Finish. Great secret, Don't practice at home, Then, after some years, it so happened, there also, all the laughs and laughter disappeared. Same thing, like a contagious disease. After a few years, there is also same noise, cries. Then they asked, what happened to you? All these years, for 20 years, you were so happy. Now, for the last few years, what happened to you? Disappeared, you have become like us. What's the secret again? Now, secret of sorrow, then secret of joy. They became curious. Just as you have become curious, right? Haven't you become curious? No? Then he said, earlier she used to hit at me. Somehow I was intelligent enough to escape. I used to dodge her. Now she has become a perfect shooter. She hits me, I cry. All laughter belongs to her. Mine are only cries. Therefore, laughter and cries. What should I do? What's the way out now? And then finally he went for divorce. The judge listened to all these things, And he felt very happy actually. For all these years we were so happy living together. And these fears were quarreling with each other. But my suggestion is I can easily grant a divorce. It's not a problem. But my suggestion is, there's one psychiatrist in our city, very brilliant psychiatrist. He's got real insights into human psyche. He helped many such people. My advice is, go and meet him for 1 or 2 months. Then come back, I will joyously give you divorce. They went, Came back after 1 or 2 months. Thanked the judge. What happened there? Pushpa 2, next class. So whenever we meet, this is not the time for that, When we meet next time, we will think of what must have happened, Psychiatrist change happened. Psychiatric treatment, That's reserved for Pushpa 2. So the point is, loving God, to love God, just as to love a human being, right? You should know the nature of a human being. Similar to love God, you should know the nature of God, Each man is potentially divine, Vivekananda said, If you just utter that sentence, it's not enough. Everybody has his own ways of loving and getting loved, Unless you steal a personality into that particular person, difficult to love. You don't understand your own child, but you don't understand the real nature of the child, Your own father, your own mother, you don't understand their nature, For example, I like this Chennai very much, There are all contradictions everywhere. You know a little, read a little, come to conclusion. Before that, for example, Vivekananda went to Parliament of Religions, Chicago Art Institute, Their meeting was conducted. There's a hall called Columbus Hall. Have you ever visited Chicago? It is in Michigan Avenue area. In the Columbus Hall, they conducted meetings. September 11th to September 27, 1893. Whenever I visit Chicago, I made it a point to go that institute, visit that hall, take a photograph there, sitting where Vivekananda stood, and used to come back. 2-3 times I did it, Still, I'm not tired of doing that, What did he say his first sentence, September 11? First sentence yet, Brothers and sisters of America. Kani, that's not the first sentence. Generally, అనుకుంటాం మనం అనగానే చాలా చోట్ల this is what is written there, what you hear, what you read, what you hear. He said sisters and brothers of America, not brothers and sisters of America. True. Sisters and brothers of America. There is a reason for that, Pushpa 2. Right. So that way, very difficult to come to conclusion. The other day we were visiting a temple, right? Now, let me come back to the point. The reason why I like Chennai, for example, you may have your own answers depending my biography past. For example, earlier I used to have friends like, J.V. Ravi Raju. First we used to come to Ravi Raju and stay there, and J.V. Raju used to move around to different places because they were here, and they used to take me to the Marina Beach, spend long nights, late into the night, in the moonlit night, discussing that, eating this and that, right, looking at the waves. Therefore, I like Chennai, right? This is the country may arrive at. Maybe it is true. But another deeper truth is, I'm trying to teach you the limitations of human thinking, I uttered 2-3 ununderstandable words, This is called Channapatnam, right? Because of that name, I like Channapatnam more. You may question, If it is Channapatnam, why should you like more? There are so many cities. Earlier it was called Madras. You know why it's called Madras? Madrasas, Muslim schools. Earlier they were there. The name of it is called Madrasas, Madras. So, Channapatnam, I think, ain't a problem. You have your own available information about me. Based on that, you come to a conclusion, which may be true, may not be true. Similarly, when you love a person, you know something about a person. That knowing may be adequate or not inadequate, Art of loving. Channa I like because Channa means all of Kannada people. Channa means good. Channa means beautiful. Channa means handsome, right? That's one thing. So what, There's so many other better words, better adjectives. Channa, if it's good, should you love? Other reasons are, my father's name is Channappa. My mother's name is Channamma. Channamma, Channabasappa. Channappa also means Shiva, So whenever I think of Chennai, I think of my mother and father, both. Channa, Channabasappa. So unless I tell you this, you can't make any guess about me, right? So is everyone in many cases, So difficult to have an insight into personality unless you're wise enough, Another reason is, there's one word in Tamil. What do you call sky in Tamil? That word attracts me more, Again, there's so many words in Tamil. Sky is called Vanam. Why should be attracted, I'm just, my whole point is to drive home a point how it is difficult to understand the people, unless you're wise enough. Get an insight into what happens in the head, Difficult to love people. Some people don't share anything, but you have to understand them, in order to love and be loved by them. In Telugu, there is a word called Vana, rain. This word is derived from Tamil word. It's called Vana because it is dropped from Vanam. వానంలోంచి కింద వచ్చి పడుతుంది కాబట్టి దాన్ని వాన అని పిలిచారు. అన్లెస్ యు నో ద లాంగ్వేజ్ అండ్ లింగ్విస్టిక్ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ డిఫికల్ట్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్. చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి నాకు వానలు తడవడం బాగా ఇంట్రెస్ట్. చిన్నప్పుడు మా వర్షాలు వస్తే నీళ్ళు అలా వస్తుంటే చిన్న ఆనకట్టలాగా కట్టేసి మట్టితో దానికి ఒక చిన్న రంధ్రం చేసి ఒక పడవ వదిలేసి పోతుంటే చాలా ఈజీ. సో ఆ వర్డ్ విన్నప్పుడల్లా నాకు వర్షంలో తడిసిన జ్ఞాపకం వస్తుంది. ఐ లైక్ చెన్నై దేర్ ఫోర్ వానం. వాట్స్ యువర్ ప్రాబ్లమ్, Let me give one more example. There was a person called, I don't know how many of you heard that word, very famous person, Alasinga Perumal. How many of you heard? Very good. Alasinga Perumal. He was one of the most favorite devotees of Swami Vivekananda. But for him, maybe in most cases, it would have been extremely difficult for Vivekananda to go to USA. A funny coincidence is, just yesterday, the other day, day before yesterday, we were visiting a temple called Parthasarathi Temple, Triplicane. Remember that? Huge complex temple. There's so many temples inside. And everywhere, everything was written in Tamil only. At one place, one Vishnu Sahasranama was written in Tamil. I was looking at all the walls along with the idols. Wall is also an idol. Wall is not inferior to. Wall is unsculpted idol, right? It has the potentiality of becoming an idol, but not sculpted. So don't think a stone is inferior. Anybody can sculpt a statue, but nobody can create a stone. Only God should create a stone, That way sometimes stone is greater than statue. And at one place, right, something was written in English at only one place. Our friend Prasad, he detected it. And I too went there, saw that. There is a letter of Swami Vivekananda written in English. Thanks to Ramakrishna Math. written to Alisinga Perumal. August 30th, 1893. Parliament of Religion meetings, 11th September. Now he was already in USA. August 20. From there wrote a letter to Alisinga Perumal. There he says, immediately write now at this moment to go to temple, Parthasarathi temple. He was asking Alisinga Perumal. Last law, no doubt, apart from other lines, there are difficulties which are thorny. Yet Parthasarathi is willing to become our Sarathi, Nothing to whether he will take us, something like that, And he loved him so much, he was the headmaster of Pachayappa College school, Later he was promoted as headmaster and later something else also, professor of something. So he loved Vivekananda. First Vivekananda, when he came to Chennai in 1882 December, suddenly got attracted to him, when he saw Vivekananda. And he gathered news about Parliament of Religions 1 year before. And he was looking for somebody to send to USA who can represent as a representative of our India, a perfect person. When he looked at him, he saw some hopes in him. Somehow he wanted to make his own contribution. He tried, requested, went from door to door, collected a lot of money. So many things, such things happened. Fine. He wrote many letters, not one or two. One of the finest letters by Vivekananda written to him, Alisinga Perumal. When he went there, after there was a long time between his arrival into America and the date of Parliament of Religions. And he was facing a lot of financial problems, right? The money he carried is one day expenditure in New York. Then again he wrote a letter to him. Somehow we can manage with me for 6 months. I think we'll be all right, Then he went door to door and he borrowed from 1,000 rupees from a merchant. He sold his wife's gold ornaments and sent that money, That way there's a deep connection between Vivekananda. I'm talking about this because you're all Madras Chennai people, so that you can enjoy this, So that way, when I look at that Alisinga Perumal, my memory, I tracked down memory lane, remember all those things. So that's another reason why I like Chennai, because of Alisinga Perumal. Difficult to understand all these things, Some are so deeply connected. Another person with same intensity, more than that, was the one who sent him to Parliament of Religions. Who sent him? Who gave him the title? Vivekananda. Earlier, what was he called, Any idea? Naren was the name given there in the house. Before that also he was traveling in India. Then he was not Vivekananda, not even Naren. He had his own different names, Under the guise of different names he was traveling. One is Vibhidishananda, Sachidananda. These were his names when he was traveling in India, not Vivekananda. Before going to Parliament of Religions, one person called Ajit Singh was king of Khetri. And he arranged entire expenditure, gave the title Vivekananda, turban, stick in the hand, he sent to him. He bore all the expense. And to him also he wrote many, many beautiful letters. In one of the letters he says, "You are the only true my friend in my life. You are the only friend in my life," he says. I just sing, "You are the only friend in my life." They wrote beautiful sentences, So these two people, but for him, no Vivekananda, no Parliament of Religions, and nothing, So that way, everywhere, the divine role, apart from your love for him, and his love plays a great role, So there are uncontrollable forces which are not in our hand, Then God's love comes into operation, divinity in nature. That's available in everyone. That takes care of you. For example, he went to Straight away, then there were no flights. He was traveling ship, then via Japan, then Canada. From there, he went to Winnipeg. There's a city called Winnipeg in Canada. From there, when he trained, he came to Chicago. And he never knew anybody there, you know. The money he brought, not enough, not adequate. He didn't know what to do. Unexpectedly, a woman called Kate Sanborn, I don't know whether you heard her name or not, Sanborn, Kate Sanborn. He got some kind of acquaintance with her accidentally. She took him to Boston, you know. And the biggest mistake Vivekananda committed was no credentials to participate in Parliament of Religions. You need credentials, recommendation letters. He was not aware of it, you know. He did not have necessary money, both are equally. He writes a letter to Saimal Singha Perumal. I thought of 100 times to come back to India, leaving America. 100 times I thought of coming back, you know. Such is my problem, you know. That somehow he did not give up a different thing, you know. Had he not get acquainted with that lady, no Parliament of Religions. She took her to Boston. She has her own farmhouse called Breezy Meadows, the name of a farmhouse. B-R-E-Z-E, Breezy Meadows. He was there, took care of her, and she introduced him to a professor in Harvard University, Mr. Wright, Dr. Wright, W-R-I-G-H-T. He wrote a recommendation letter to Parliament of Religion Secretary. You know. Once he looked at him, talked to him, he doesn't need any credentials. It's like asking the sun for permission to shine, you know, he said, you know. That he carried, you know. Otherwise he wouldn't have been allowed there to speak, you know. So is it his effort or somebody's effort? Divinity in nature, you know. Divinity in nature. Your own effort is not enough. So your love for yourself, love of others, and the love of God invisibly. All these are necessary, you know. Then when he reached Chicago, he lost that letter also. There's a problem, Vivekananda. How can he be so careless as to lose that letter second time, you know? If you do that, okay, but not Vivekananda, you know. But there are so many things are not in our hands, you know. And no money. Luckily, another incident happened. The point is, everywhere the role of divinity I'm talking about, you know. Invisible role, that's very difficult to recognize. The problem with God is, he does things so silently, so invisibly, difficult to find out, you know. In Christianity, there is a very famous saint called Saint Teresa. I don't know if you heard her name or not. She wanted to build a huge, beautiful mosque for Jesus Christ, you know. She has decided, gathered all the villagers, let us build beautiful church for Jesus. Huge church. Then they said, how about money? How much money you have? She pulled out 1 paisa from her pocket, 1 single paisa. All of them laughed at her. Do you think with this 1 paisa can you build a church? 1 paisa. That's all. Then she said, you are seeing my hand and paisa in my hand, but not able to see who is standing beside me. Invisibly. You know. Really built church, beautiful, you know. Similarly, Vivekananda went there. These are all role of divine love, you know, which we don't understand, you know. Not difficult. Similarly, wife understand. And don't say he is my wife also, the divine. My husband is also divine. I can't believe, you know. There was one funny lady. She was crossing the river, coming out of a building. Suddenly, she heard, before she was about to come out, she heard a noise, stop, you know. Somewhere, you know. From nowhere, she heard a noise, stop. She stopped. Then immediately, huge rock fell before her, you know. Had she not stopped, it would have been crushed to death, you know. Surprised, she couldn't believe. Then she went out, crossing the road. There was a green signal. red signal, immediately there was a green signal, she was starting up. Then stop, he said, Immediately when a lorry came rushing in and about to strike a car, because she stopped, they went away. Again, no. Then she questions, who are you? I am your protective angel. Then where were you during my wedding day? That was the question. These married people are funny people, Nobody can entertain you more than a couple, Right? So that way, the divinity in nature means divinity in nature, divine nature, one thing. Understanding the divinity of nature. Most of us, nature is nature. It's not divine, terrestrial, physical, that's all. The divinity of nature and the nature of divinity, there are two things. If you want to understand the divinity in nature, you should know nature of divinity. Supposing you pray to God. Without knowing who you are praying to, how can you pray? Suppose you are praying to a fool. Is that enough? You should know who you are praying to. All of you know we are praying to God. What's your definition of God? Some power. He saves me, that's all. Therefore, your prayer, your pain, and you do not know the real nature of divinity, real nature of God, Very difficult area. Let me look at time, What time is it? 7:15. Okay, 7:30, right? Right. Where were we? We lose our way when you talk about husband and wife, right? Marriage. Very strange. One lady, 16-year lady, she was milking cow. Paalu bindutundi. Vinte suddenly ekkadi nunchi oka bull, enraged bull, it came rushing in, about to pierce her thorns into cow. And the people around, they were very scared, shivering. And this girl were very coolly milking the milk, as if nothing has happened. They were struck with wonder. Lady, are you a Rishi, a spiritual enlightened person? How can you maintain such calmness in spite of the enraged bull? You don't know perhaps that bull, this cow, this cow is the mother-in-law of that bull. Cow, it doesn't come. What a joy, when you talk about all these married people, For heaven's sake, don't blame any married person. Eternal source of joy for you, right? Both husband and wife, So that way, if you want to understand nature, if you want to fearlessly pray to God, know who God is, That's called the nature of divinity. Understand the nature of divinity. And the divinity of nature of doing two things. Manakinti indlo book enti divine nature. Means nature is divine. For most of us, it's not divine. Nature is nature. Iron, this, that, a stone, food, waterfalls, sky, clouds. That's all, And there is murder, rape, sorrow, cruelty. And when you say nature is divine, you're also divine, right? Because you're part of the nature. Simple logic. Then when you are God, when you are divine, same question. Why this sorrow? Why this cruelty? All those things. All these questions, they arise out of your mind because you have not properly understood the nature of divinity. You said it is divine nature. Some people see only world minus God. Some people, world plus God, but they don't understand who God is. For example, I am wearing a necklace. You see only necklace, but a goldsmith sees gold. It's a necklace made of gold. Child, maybe it's made of necklace made of gold, but he doesn't know the value of gold. For a child, gold and iron both are same. So if you just know you are wearing ornament, it's not enough. If you just know it's made of gold, second step, that's a very difficult step. Even to know that, there are many steps. How to know this is made of gold, How to know this universe is made of God. Many people think universe is made by God. Slightly better answer is the world is made of God, not made by God. For many people, Maker and creation are different things. There is a statue, there is a sculptor, there is a table, there is a carpenter, both are different. There is a painting, there is a painter. But relation between God and human being is still better one. That is like a difference between, a relation between dance and dancer. If the painter disappears, painting is still there. Even if the painting disappears, painter is still there. But if the dancer disappears, there can't be any dance. So therefore, nature is made by God, made of God. When you believe in the fact nature is made of God, that is divinity in nature. Nature is divine. What is the proof? When you see so many apparently contradictory things, very difficult to believe for anyone. In Kumbh Mela, when people they lost their lives in stampede. Both in Delhi and there. What do? You're coming back from Chardham or from Tirupati, met with an accident. Recently, one of my relatives lost son out of cerebral stroke in USA. Few years ago, they lost their daughter doing medicine. Now, no daughter, no son. How does your divinity come to your rescue? So, divinity on one hand, sorrow continues, both go hand in hand. So, unless you understand the real nature of divinity, what does it really mean, scientifically, difficult to love God. Most of us love God without understanding God. Loving God is just you hear, listen there, you read this and that, you know something about God. Not nothing. All of you know something about God. But not everything of God. At least to the extent you should know, you don't know. Therefore, God and sorrow coexist everywhere. For that, what is your solution? You want to earn this, become that, become this, become that, right? So that I can be better than I was. Tell me honestly, can there be a greater source of joy for you than to become President of USA? The greatest achievement. And that should be the greatest source of joy also. Earlier there was Joe Biden. Most of you must have seen his face on TVs, right? How did he look like? Full of sorrow in the face, right? Many think it's because of his age, You don't know what happens in his body. You don't know what happened to him, most of you. Though not all of you know. In 1972, his wife and daughter met with car accident and died. Wife and daughter both. In 1915, his son died of cerebral stroke. He himself had fatal disease in the body. That's the reason why he looked like that. What do? Even if you become President of USA, no guarantee to be happy, So what's the real source of long-lasting happiness? What does divinity business mean? So unless you get exact scientific insight into the nature of God, where God and sorrow both continue. Little bhakti is there. To that extent, your sorrow is lessened. Burden becomes bearable, but it doesn't disappear. Bhakti makes burden bearable, but it doesn't make it disappear. You need both. It should be bearable and disappear. Long-lasting, not permanently. In dualism, both exist all the time. Why Joe Biden? Abraham Lincoln. Can you think of a greater president than Abraham Lincoln? Last 2 sons, 3 sons out of 4 sons. When I visited his place, Springfield, when I visited his house, and Samadhi Goda burial ground is also there in Springfield, near Chicago, Illinois state, So tragic, the description written there, Small child dying of tuberculosis. Other son, typhoid. Another son, still tuberculosis, lost 3 sons, not 1. What do? Look at the face of Abraham Lincoln. Don't you find some kind of unshed tears in his eyes? Look deep into if you visit his memorial in Washington, look at the face of Abraham Lincoln. Some kind of invisible sorrow in his eyes. Jefferson, 3rd president of USA, last 4 sons. What do? When there's a fate of American presidents, why should you be happy? So what is the exact nature of this sorrow life? What's the interrelation? What is the divinity business, So to get some insights, that book may help you, Some insights, though not all the insights, And you have to have your own wisdom. So that way, so many things are not in our hands, Totally at the mercy of uncontrollable winds, Like a dry dead leaf at the mercy of divine wind, Nothing is in our hands, For a person like Vivekananda, such thing happened. What do you do? There's almost not a disease which he did not have, Sometime out of sheer back pain, he wanted to commit suicide, No less a person than Vivekananda. Backache, diabetes, kidney problem. Name anything he has. Breathing problem. Everything. At the age of 39. But I told you the relationship between Khetri Maharaj, Ajit Singh, who gave him the title Vivekananda, I sent him to USA. He said, "You are the only friend in my life, The surprising, empathetic coincidence is, Vivekananda died in his 39th year. Ajit Singh also died in his 39th year. Most of you do not know that, Both died after crossing 38 years, in the 39th year, Some kind of empathetic relationship. It's difficult to decipher why such a thing happens, But things do happen. This life is strange, So that way, that divine nature, there's divinity in nature. Can you discover divinity in nature? For that, you have to be a goldsmith. If you're a goldsmith, you can discover gold in ornament. If you want to discover God in creation, you should be a goldsmith, Divinity in God, nature. Then it's also nature of divinity, another thing. Another part, nature. What is the nature of the divinity? All of us fail to understand in one sentence. There's not the time to discuss that, There's again Pushpa 2. And that is, we fail to understand the nature of it because divinity operates dualistically in our life. It's a dualistic divinity. Dualistic experience, which means there's a birth and death, creation and destruction, So birth and death are the two banks of the river of our life, So because you don't understand the nature of dualism and the need for dualism, why it exists, can't there be a better design? If you know all these things, and if you begin to look at life holistically as a whole, you look at life as a part of the whole. You look at the part, try to understand the part. But if you look at it as a part of the whole, entire whole, some more dimensions are added, Because of all these things, if try to, in spite of divinity, try to find the necessary joy, So all these things to some extent discussed in that, Actually that book is the product of some kind of a stray accident like this, Long ago, there was one person called Mr. Jain Ji. He was the Chief Commissioner of Income Tax in Hyderabad when we had combined state, One day he invited for lunch. After that, he was a slightly spiritually oriented man. Really, certain questions bothered him. He was asking all sorts of such questions, And the whole answers are video recorded. And that was reduced to book by a person. There are many other contributors, Ranga Rao Garani, and other people, Shivaram Krishna Garu, that has been translated into other languages like, Hindi, Kannada, Braille script, and now into. So, as some of our speakers has Suresh Krishna garu cheppinatlu, just reading is different, right? Reading between lines is different. Reading with inattentive mind is different. With concentration different. To read such things, first thing you need is concentration, mind capable of concentration. Then mind capable of contemplation. What you concentratedly read or listen, contemplate them, reflection part. Many people don't have it. Even contemplation low, you get certain amount of correct understanding of reality. Then you had to assimilate it to an assimilation process. Then most difficult part, application part. There many people fail. Reason is, sir, na kanni telsu, like Duryodhana. He knows everything. Ravana knows everything. What is good, what is bad. But I can't help doing that. Even if you know all these things, you fail because of your DNA, gene, it pulls in some other direction. It doesn't allow your wisdom to fructify. And there are other reasons for that. Why so many question, There are pakka scientific reasons for that, So you should know the art of domesticating DNA. Educating DNA, not a destruction of DNA, no. Domesticating. If there is a noisy child in your house, do you kill him? You make him, you prevent him from making noise, and there's education of the mind, So meditation is taking care of the mischief of the mind, not mind itself, Mind is needed for everyone, Can you stop the mischief of the mind? Bring out music from the mind, That effect, by doing, domesticating it. How to do so? Pushpa 2. Right, How to domesticate DNA, educate DNA. You should follow certain scientific steps, You cannot blindly control a horse, Don't do that. You cannot take a rod and beat the child, He will hit back, So there again you have to know certain insights into human nature of human mind, So all these constitute the divinity of nature. We exceeded 1 minute, now 7:31. My time is over. Right? Thank you all for your patient listening, for your love, for your this, for your that. Thank you so much. And before that, I should thank Prasad ji, who made this entire meeting possible, and the book possible, and all the guests here possible, out of sheer love. Right, though it was slightly a difficult task for him. So out of sheer love, he could do that successfully. Because intelligent enough and also wise enough, he could do that. Thanking him and his family also. And his daughter, comparing this program, excellent comparing, All of you observe that, She did her MBA from IIM Bangalore, very famous institute, very capable. So thank you all, right? Ayipinda?
Thank you.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you so much for those kind words, sir. And I think we're all still processing everything that you've said about love and about understanding the divinity. It is going to take us a while, but thank you, sir. And we'll continue to seek guidance from you, sir. Now, after a very, very short 2-minute break for sir, we'll take some questions from the audience. Sir has kindly agreed to answer some of our questions. But before that, sir, our humble pranams, and please accept a token of our gratitude and affection for you, sir.
The memento has the Tamil Nadu map. Tamil Nadu map is temple. We have this Tamil Nadu map and the temple. This is on behalf of all of you with love. It's being.
We'll request everyone to remain seated. We'll just resume in like 2-3 minutes. Thank you. I was just saying that I should probably, you all heard me, continue to, sir.
The questions, அதில் வந்து one should not be about any personal and avoid both the things can be genuine about spirituality or understanding.
Any first question?
You want to say something?
I don't want to talk anything. Sir, இப்போ தெரியல ஒரு ஷபீர் பட் நிறைய ஸ்பீச் கிட்டத்தட்ட 20 பண்ணிட்டேன். இன்னும் என்ன பேசுறது? அதான் மேம். I have traveled in my direction. So Bangkok, in the temple, everybody offers everything. Even Bangkok, something. Sir, please tell me, sir. On God, everything is what it. How I am pestered. Nobody is telling me, sir. At least tell me. You are all. I am all. For you, sorry, so early I asked him.
Okay.